Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside April Jauregui, and the run continues for Tiger Volleyball.
Yeah.
You guys are rolling this year in the non-conference. I know we had talked a little bit earlier. A couple of non-conference losses early in the season may have helped the team refocus, but they have been on the roll the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, we ended up meeting our original goals for preseason, which mine going into it would be 70-75% wins in our non-conference schedule. We finished 10-4. So no, we started off a little rough. We were 2-4 and then went and won 8 straight, and that's definitely a great feeling that we've gotten better every weekend and now ready to start conference play.
Won that Mississippi State tournament 2 weeks ago and thought, well, it was great. We won the tournament. We got a little bit of a streak going, and you follow that up. You go up to Knoxville, Tennessee, and you win the UT tournament up there, including a win over the host team, the Volunteers.
Yeah, it was good to see us bounce back, and then we still had, Lauren was out for a game. One of our other players was kind of not feeling 100%. So we had a real team effort. Even against Tennessee, we made some lineup changes. Mackenzie Hayes went in, did a phenomenal job, hit about 350 and really sparked the team. So, no matter what, to get 2 wins over SEC schools is a great feeling. And our girls, I think it's really helped boost their confidence. Although, I do feel, and a little plug for the American Conference, that our conference is better, than that middle of the pack of the SEC. I think we're comparable to the top of the conference, and we've shown that overall with some great wins our conference has had over those conferences. So
you're going to see the conference here coming up now that your non-conference is done. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's go back to Friday. You get the first win of the tournament, 3-1 over Mercer. And I know it's always good in a tournament. It's like starting a season. Get that first win so your back's not against the wall at the night game, because last Friday your night game was against the host team.
Yeah, and I think that, Mercer plays with a lot of heart and fight, and they have a couple good outsides. So we didn't start the match off great, but they came out on fire, and we couldn't really do much against their offense, and then we really bounced back. So again, in that match, it was nice to see just some young kids come in and contribute. Even one of our newest, Charlotte Wellens, got in for a few points, had 2 blocks. So we were excited to see her get on the court too and get some experience.
And then you come back that night, carry that momentum against the Volunteers.
Yeah, and it was a good matchup. I think we really showed how strong we are offensively on our side of the ball. And there's times where I'm just kind of sitting at the bench looking, saying, wow, that's nice. When our middles are both going. That was Lauren's return. She had set out for 3 matches, so to see her come back and do very well. And then, like I said, we made some adjustments because we were just struggling a little bit offensively, and we had some good results from people coming in off the bench.
You had to be more. The fans are going to say it's great because you beat Tennessee and you won the first 2 matches that first day as a coach. I'm sure you're probably a little bit more proud that you came back the next day and you go 3-0 in the 2 matches against Montana State and Austin Peay, because you look at it and you're thinking, well, you play 4 matches in 48 hours. That's really not true, because the way the schedule is in 2 days, you're really playing 4 matches in about 33 to 36 hours.
Yeah, and we stressed that too. Like, we're bouncing right back. We played at 7, so you finish the match at 9. You play another game at 10, so you have less than 12 hours recovery. So to come right back, and we knew we were a stronger team, but anything can happen. So to win 3-0, and then we knew that the last match against Austin Peay would be a good matchup. It's always a fun game. Taylor's done a great job with that program. They have some great players. They played a heck of a match against Tennessee. So honestly, I thought it was going to be close, and it was in the first 2 sets, and then we pretty much took it away from there.
All right, you have another tournament MVP. Lauren Wright wins the MVP. She's also on the American Athletic Conference honor roll.
Yeah, she's been having you can see the determination in her face and in her eyes and what she wants to accomplish this season. And I know it killed her to have to sit out a few matches, but obviously for the best. And we know that if anyone's ever banged up a little bit and we got to sit them out, that we can. We have the depth on our team to be able to, weather the storm and keep fighting. So we've had this win streak of 8 games with different lineup configurations and some people out and people not at 100%. And so for us as coaches, that's really rewarding, because we know that our team has a lot of adversity and is fighting through these challenges.
I know you've got to feel good to look down the bench now and finally have some depth. I know when you take over a program a few years ago and you're trying to build that depth, and one injury can really derail a season, but now you've got that depth built. When you look down, you just interchange the parts.
Yeah, and I think that they're pushing each other in practice. So when we have to make those changes, it's not a surprise, and it's not, this person's in, because we mix them up in practice all the time. So again, the girls are really buying into it, and I think that they're seeing that everyone needs to be ready, at any moment, just because you're not starting. If someone goes down or if someone's sick that day, anything can happen. It's a long season, that everyone's ready to contribute, because we're still here to win games, whether we have the starting 7 out there or not.
All right, Coach. Where do you put the win streak? How do you temper that? Because I know everyone's feeling good. The team, you want them to continue to feel good, keep that momentum and the confidence, but it is still a long season. You're just now about to get into conference season.
I think how we've approached the last couple of weeks, which is to just take it in sections. I think we set our big goals for the year, and then we hit some bumps along the way, and I felt like we were very down because we had already kind of missed up a little bit in terms of what our goals were, but we got back on track. And now, like I just said before we started, it's everyone 0-0. All these things we've done so far, and I think, our hitting percentage has proved every weekend. Our offense is better. We're 4th in the country in digs per game as a team. Our libero is 6th in the country in digs per game. So, we're doing some phenomenal things, but now it all goes back to 0 because the only stats that really matter is when you win. And everyone in the conference is vying for the same thing. I think anywhere from 1 to the first team to the 11th team has a chance to win this year. And so every match is important. So we're going to take it one game at a time, one weekend at a time, one practice at a time. And that's been our approach the last 2 weeks. And I think it's paid off. So we go into this weekend looking to pick up 2 conference wins. That's our goal. And then come back to the field house next weekend.
You've talked a couple times about how strong you think the American's going to be this year and how strong it already is out of conference. Without a conference tournament, how many bids do you think the American may be able to grab this year?
I think we're able to at least get 2. SMU, UCF, Tulsa, South Florida are the teams that were picked at the top. They played a great non-conference schedule, have some key wins, especially over SEC schools, and close wins against some power teams, Florida, etc. SMU beat Oklahoma, which is top 25. So I think we've done our job as a conference to promote that we deserve 2 teams in, especially if another power conference is trying to claim that they can get 8 when our conference is beating them. So I think, again, at the end of the day, we should hopefully get 2 in, and that's definitely been the goal the last couple of years.
Well, you start conference off Friday. You're going to travel down to a familiar team. You didn't play them last year. They're in the American this year. You'll face the Tulane Green Wave.
Yeah, we know that they were kind of beat up early. One of their best players was out, and she was, on the all-conference team. I think I don't know if she was freshman of the year last year. I'm trying to remember because they're in a different conference. But, they have a good team. They're always going to be well-coached. Sanisha's done a great job. And, of course, again, it's a conference game. It's first conference game. So we want to gear up and really be playing our best and prepare, for that match on Friday.
Then you stay on the road to Houston on Sunday.
Yeah, and they've been on a roll. I haven't watched as much on them, but they have an outside that's one of the top in the nation in kills per game. So we know we got to do our job to try to slow her down. But, again, I think our strengths are very good. And when we can run our system, our middles are one of the top 2 in the conference. So if we can get that going, and we're really hard to stop. And we could see it this weekend where if they're attacking and we're able to get them the ball, it's just deflating for opponents. Balls are literally ricocheting off of people, and it's demoralizing a little bit. So we know if we can play our game, I think we're a strong enough team to go and give 2 really good matches.
Well, Coach, finally, to wrap it up, I know you'll be glad when you finally get back home and play a match in the Elroy Fieldhouse, but the road's been pretty good to you, so it might be best starting on the road this weekend in conference play.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think it really did help in terms of bonding for our team and being together. But no, I do want to get home in terms of rest and recovery. And then we play the following weekend going to be 2 of the top teams, I feel, with SMU and Tulsa. So we're going to be challenged early, so we need the Tiger fans to come out and create a great environment in the Fieldhouse.
Coach, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
That is head coach April Howdy. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.